When you think of Japan, you think of a bright and vibrant, thriving city, but nothing is ever as it seems. Underneath all that are haunted homes, cursed islands, and evil forests. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today we'll be talking about the top 10 scariest places in Japan that you should never visit. But I know y'all are gonna be like, add it to my list of places that I should visit. Starting off this countdown, we have Aokigahara Island. This island is very, very dangerous. That's because it's home to a 161-meter high volcano. The volcano has been listed as the most dangerous active volcano in the world. In fact, it's said that it's going to erupt sometime in the next 100 years. How great is that? This eruption would then lead to a huge 25-meter high tsunami that would hit the coasts of both China and Japan. Millions of people would be affected by this. And there's nothing that we can do to prevent this from happening, so it's absolutely horrifying. Moving on to number 9, we have Okiku Well. This is a very haunted place in Japan. Yo, if I should go explore it, let me know in the comments below. This well is haunted by the spirit of a girl named Okiku. She used to work at a castle as a servant to a well-respected samurai. Now, there are two versions of the story on how it ends, so we don't know which one is real. But basically, both stories end with the samurai being enraged with Okiku and then throwing her down the well. Sadly, she passed away there, and to this day, she haunts the property and the well. At night, it's said that she crawls out of the well and just yells at the top of her lungs, and people have heard her screams and cries. In our 8th spot today, we have Camp Hansen. This was a United States Marine Corps base used during World War II. Now, it's been given the name as one of the most haunted places in the country. One particular eerie area on site is Building 2283. This building was used as housing for the US military, but after, it was used for storage because no one wanted to live there, because it was that haunted. In fact, it's the single most haunted house in the entire US military. So legend goes that in the 1970s, an Air Force officer took the lives of his entire family in this building before taking the life of himself. The next military family to live there reported feeling very uneasy, and they all experienced paranoia. And then guess what? The father of that family went crazy and stabbed his entire family. So that's why they decided to just make it a storage house. But that didn't stop all the creepy paranormal activity from still happening. People still report paranormal activity going on in this house. They've seen apparitions of the family members and have heard screaming and crying. One of the scariest things is that there's a daycare right next door, and teachers were upset because the kids kept going over to the area and throwing toys over the fence to the house. Then they realized that it was kind of sweet that they were giving toys to the ghost children that they were seeing. Creepy, but sweet of the children. You just want to share toys with that person. What person? Oh, it's a ghost. And at number 7, we have the Pyramid City. Now, if you're a fan of the lost city of Atlantis, this is the story for you. There's a city that lies sunken underwater just off the coast of the Japanese island Yonaguni. Many people believe that this city is over 5,000 years old. There are complete pyramids, ruins of a castle, structures etched with faces, and rock sculptures that look like animals, and it's all underwater. It's theorized that a terrible earthquake caused the city to be engulfed by water. But to this day, we don't know the origins of this mysterious city, but there's literally a whole city underwater, and like, is that Atlantis? What is going on, babe? In our 6th spot, we have the SSS Curve. Located in Okinawa, the SSS Curve is a pathway which gets its name from the shape of it. Now, what's the big deal about this pathway? Well, this path is where a number of Japanese soldiers lost their lives in World War II, and to this day it's believed that their souls have never been able to move on. They are attached to the land and continue to haunt it. In fact, people who have walked this path have often felt like someone or someone was touching them. Others have gotten sick and dizzy, and some have even experienced hallucinations where they see these soldiers. If I should visit, let me know in the comments below. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the Himuro Mansion. So apparently this mansion was the site of a number of gruesome, 7 individuals were found deceased during an occult ritual. The individuals were practicing a strangling ritual to try and seal off bad karma on the earth, and that's weird. I'm sorry. A what ritual for what? Yeah. You heard me. The ritual involved raising a woman in secret, not letting her form any connections with anyone, and then, tying her limbs to an oxen and just letting it, yeah. So basically, she got stretched until she sadly passed away. However, turns out that this woman had secretly fallen in love with a young man, so the ritual didn't work because, again, she had to have no contact with anyone. Since it failed, the man of the house decided to take everyone's life before turning on himself and taking his own life. To this day, the family's ghost still lingers in this house. Some say that when they visit this place, they feel compelled to complete this ritual. And then some other spooky things that have happened are people have seen blood splatters appearing on the walls, and they have seen a woman's face appear in the windows. And in our second last spot today, we have the Round Schoolhouse ruins. This was a school built in 1906, and it was built in a circular fashion. Now, this school was built for children of coal miners that worked at the mines nearby. However, in 1974, the school was abandoned after Japan decided to import coal instead. And now it's said to be really haunted. A number of people who have explored this dilapidated building have heard voices and footsteps. Some even hear screams coming from the woods at night nearby. One story goes that a group of friends decided to explore the ruins of the house when a strange figure attacked and chased them back to their car. They claim that this figure was not human at all. In fact, Japanese mediums that have been brought to this area refuse to go anywhere near it because they just sense a really bad vibe and they know not to go anywhere near it. So I don't know what happened at this school to make it so haunted, but that is terrifying. And in our number one spot today, we have the Aokigahara Forest. I'm sure y'all know about this forest thanks to Mr. Logan Paul. Yeah, but let's talk about it. This is basically the forest where people go to take their own life, and it's very sad. It's said that every year as many as 100 people go into this forest to do so. But why this particular forest? Well, it's theorized that a 1960 book called Kuro Jakai started this concept. In the book, a heartbroken lover goes to the sea of trees to end her life. Other people believe the forest has some sort of curse that forces people into thinking some evil thoughts that then lead them to doing these acts. Either way, it's a very creepy, spooky forest. Those that have strayed from the path have run into really scary things. I think there was even a movie based off of this, and it was a really scary movie, and it messed me up, man. In fact, cases got so bad that the Japanese government had to literally post up signs. These signs said, "Think carefully about your children, your family, and your life is a precious gift from your parents." Those that have been curious and have just gone in there to be like, what's up, say that they get really bad negative energy. I wonder why. And in that scary movie, I'm pretty sure there was like some demon that like forces you into thinking negative bad thoughts and like having hallucinations, and you're like, ah. Anyway, all right, folks, that's all for today's video. If you want to see more scary places you should never visit, then let me know in the comments below. While you're down there, obviously smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan. Stick around for some bloopers, and I'll see you when I see ya. Bye. Underneath all these haunted Today, we'll be talking about the top 10 scariest places in Japan. Today, starting off this countdown, we have, okay, here we go. Iojima. Starting off this countdown, we have an eruption would lead to a, and there's nothing that we can do to prevent this from happening. Now, there are two versions of the story, and I don't know which one is real, so I'll share both versions. Oh, whoops, I don't share both versions. It's said that at night she'll crawl out of the wet at... This was a United States Marine Corps base. Sorry. Now it's been given the name as one of the most haunted places in the city. In the country. So legend goes that in the 1970s, an Air Force officer, no, can't say that. The next military family to live, just saying, are there mermaids living there? Oh, hello. Located in Okinawa. Since it failed, the man of the house. In our fourth spot, we have the school, no. This was a school built in 1906 and based on its, what the heck? This was a school built in 1906. Now, this school was built for children of coal miners that worked at the coal, no. A number of people who have explored this dilapidated building have heard when a sorry. They claim that this, oh my gosh. Well, it's theorized that a 1960 book called Kuroi Jukai. Those that stray away from the path have run into real, like, what can I even say anymore?